Hiya crafters, Amy here with Amy's Wares, and I have a haul video from Simon Says Stamp. So, got this lovely little package in my mailbox today of some goodies that I have been swooning over in the shop. So, I'm just going to show you what I got. I'll link anything that's available below if you want to check it out. Otherwise, just enjoy checking out the goodies. I know I'm always curious what other people get. I like to watch haul videos. But if it isn't for you and you're more into, you know, the actual card making or different techniques and things like that, do check out in my channel. I literally have hundreds of videos to choose from. So techniques or various different card making related things if watching a haul video isn't your jam. But I personally enjoy watching these, so I hope you do too. And let's jump right in. So I'm going to pull this stuff out off screen. Sorry if I just shook the camera with my head by banging my head into it. So this is something new. If you've watched me for a while, you probably know I'm obsessed with Altenews 3D embossing folders. I still love them. I adore them. I have many of them. But there have been quite a few of these Simon ones that have really been catching my attention. So I'm really curious about, you know, working with my Platinum 6 and figuring out the best sandwich. But this is Tall Pines. So this I thought would just make a really pretty subtle kind of background on a card. You're going to see a bit of a theme as I go on with what I got today. But this is my first time feeling one of these. It feels really thick. And the difference in size, I'm going to grab a Altenew one a moment here. So my Altenew ones that I'm used to are quite thin by comparison. So I don't know if you can really see the difference there, but there's definitely a thickness difference. And then the Altenew ones are always like 6 by 6, whereas this is, I believe, I don't know, more like 4 by 6.5 maybe it looks like. So, or maybe these are 5.5 by 5. I'm not sure, but let me just check. Nope, 6.5. Just use my little handy ruler right on my glass mat. How about that? Okay, so they're about 4.5 by 6.5. Okay, so definitely thicker. This might even be thicker than Tim Holtz. Holy cow. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to look up the sandwich for this because I'm not going to know how to do it. But very cool. I actually got a few here. So this one, this is probably why I ended up placing the order. Wheat stems. I don't know why I can't talk. Wheat stems. I can't remember. I've seen, I think 3 people use it recently, and it just struck me. It is so gorgeous. So I love the design. I love the different ways that I saw it was played with, but I just thought immediately, like, what an amazing sympathy card this would be. It's just so beautiful. Obviously, it doesn't have to be sympathy. It could make a good masculine card. It could be just a thinking of you or any sort of card, but I just love the design. I think it is so beautiful. So that is Wheat Stems Embossing Folder. And again, these are Simon Says Stamp brand. Now, this one, let's see, must be inside here. This has a coordinating die. So this one is called Leafy Greens. So look at this. Again, very botanical, very versatile for sympathy cards or masculine cards or whatever. But look, you get this coordinating die as well. Yeah, I can see it nestled in there. So it lines up perfectly with the sprig right here. I don't know if you can see it. Sorry, but beautiful embossing folder here. Actually, let me make sure. I don't even know if these are 3D, actually. It doesn't say they're 3D, does it? It just says embossing folders. Okay. Well, they have a lot of dimension, so I don't know if they're technically 3D now that I'm looking at it. But I'm excited to play with them. Like I said, I'm usually quite partial to these, and I still love them, but there were just a couple designs from Simon that were so unique that I had to get my hands on. Okay. Now, you may have seen in a recent haul video, I was looking for different variations of with sympathy dies. So this isn't super blocky or super bulky, kind of like I talked about in the other video, but it is not a script font. So it was a nice variation. It does have the shadow layer. I pretty much love anything Kathy Zilski does. She's amazing. She works and creates exclusively for Simon. So if you want her stuff, you got to get it from Simon. But her fonts that she uses, her designs are always just so on point and so crisp and clean. And I feel like this will be a really nice compliment to have in my stash. So I was talking in the other video about how there's not a lot of with sympathy dies out there, or a lot of them tend to be like really scripty and kind of delicate, which are pretty, and I did end up getting some. But this was a really nice variation. Okay, speaking of more delicate wispy ones, here's another variation, and this is quite small. You can see this is, I don't know, it's only about that W is probably only about a ½ an inch. So this is not very big at all. But what I liked about it is that everything is all connected, even the little tittle on the eye. So even though it's kind of fiddly and delicate and small, I feel like it's still nice because it's kind of all connected. So you'll still want to be careful with it, obviously. You might want to, you know, stack up multiple layers to give it a little bit more durability, but it's still all kind of connected at these various different points. So you're not going to have to kind of piece together multiple little letters and things like that. So again, I recently got a more scripty one, and now I have, I think, 3 variations plus one in Spanish. So I think I'm good for the time being, but again, I still think there's a hole in the market for that. So if any manufacturers are listening, something bulky and more substantial for with sympathy is a good idea. Okay, then the final thing, this I lost my mind. I've never seen this. I don't know if it's new. It was at Simon, My Favorite Things brand, but these are some of the most beautiful sympathy sentiments I've ever seen, and I immediately had to get it. In fact, I think it was like a pop-up on Facebook or something, and it took me to the store, and then it didn't save my cart for some reason, and I didn't remember it was My Favorite Things, and I don't know, it was just a big scramble, but I found it again because these are just so beautiful. So for some things, there are just no words. Wrapping you in love in a time when words fall short. I'm so very sorry for your loss. Sending strength as you navigate the unimaginable. I mean, these are just so beautiful and unique, and they're a decent size. I mean, they're a little delicate as you look at them, but the perfect card for this situation does not exist. For example, this one is about 3 inches long and about, I don't know, about a ½ an inch tall. So decent size. They're not super tiny, but I just absolutely love the sentiments in these. So here's my theme. Sadly, it's sympathy. Sadly, I've been needing a lot of these lately, but again, these, with the exception of these sympathy things, these embossing folders are going to be very versatile. They won't be pigeonholed to, you know, sympathy only. And y'all know I love some embossing folders, so I'm excited to give these a go and see how they do. And yeah, watch for future videos where I use these crafty goodies. Like I said, I'll link everything below if you want to check out anything. Otherwise, I really appreciate you spending time with me today, and I will catch you next time. Bye.